Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm always waiting for that "you are live" to go across the screen. Welcome back to my channel. You have joined me during Moms Who Resell, my weekly live show where I bring on other guests who are moms who also resell. So today I have a very special guest. We've got Lori from Happy Picker, and her name is just adorable. Her husband is Grumpy Picker. So late. I mean, there's days that I'm the happy one and he's the grumpy one, but to have a name like that is just adorable. So, Lori, I am going to bring you in now. Welcome. We're excited to have you.
Hi, thanks for having me. This will
Of
be fun.
course.
Been looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, we were just chatting before going live about our different weather. Kiddos are noisy today.
It's not so different though
Oh, it's
today.
okay. Yeah, so we are on day 40 of 100 degrees, over 100 degrees. We reached 107 here south of Tucson. And what was yours today, Lori, in Kansas?
103, I think, something like that.
Oh,
But it
but with
felt,
your humidity, it's got
yeah,
to be like 150. I
my house,
don't
my
know what
air
the
con,
feels like is, but
yeah,
yeah,
it was like 100,
absolutely. Yeah.
felt like 110, I think, and my air conditioner just can't keep up.
Yeah. And that's rare to have air conditioning out there, isn't it? I know in Missouri, it's pretty
No,
rare to have air conditioning.
not here. It gets
Oh,
hot
good.
here in the summer, so.
Yeah. Well, good. Glad you could stay air conditioned. So, why don't, if you are here with us tonight, sorry for the background noise. Kids are loud today. Let us know where you're joining from, who all is here today. Yay, we've got Christopher Nutter. Excited to have you. Oops, I'm clicking too fast. Christy, welcome. Coco, I'm so excited for you to be here.
Hey guys.
We've got Grumpy himself. Excited to have you.
He might get a little grumpier as the night goes on because he's babysitting the grandkids.
Oh, while you're hiding out in the room. That's awesome. Love the background. Thank you. I figured I'd do a little spring cleaning in here. I was doing kind of a generic one and like this is boring. Everyone does that. So I went to Canva and just created my own little background and I'm digging it.
Fun.
So let's see. Heat wave. Out west in Vermont, we typically have rainforest. Yeah, this is nationwide. Like we have cactuses that, I mean, it's a cactus. It's meant to live in a desert, and they're just falling over from the heat.
Oh, wow.
Literally just falling over. And these are cactuses. If you know anything about saguaro cactus, that's our state flower. They each arm takes 100 years to grow. So if you
Wow.
see cactus with like 3 or 4 arms, it's like a 300-year-old cactus. Like it's crazy how long it takes to grow one of those. So for them to fall over, it's like you need a moment of mourning because how long that poor cactus has been on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mary, yay. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you,
Hello.
Grumpy. And who else we got here? I think I said hi to everybody. So, why don't you, Lori, tell me a little bit about you, about how long you've been reselling, about your kids and your family. Just kind of give a quick introduction.
Okay. We've been reselling since like 1997 and the Beanie Baby craze hit.
Wow.
I was a homeschool mom, and so we were a one income family struggling to make ends meet. And so that was something I discovered I could do from home and
Mm-hmm.
provide a little extra. And
Yeah.
so we kind of dabbled in it for years and pretty much, we would take breaks from it here and there, but pretty much we've been selling to some degree since 97 on eBay. And
Mm-hmm.
my youngest son graduated and in 2021. So, and I had kind of started selling more as got into high school anyway, because I had more time on my hands. And
Right.
then he moved out just a few weeks ago. I'm not over it yet.
Oh, sad face. I'm such a different season right now. I'm counting the days. Like school starts in 9 days. 9 days. I have a countdown of when school starts. So I'm like, my sister is probably your age. Her kids, she's an empty nester now, and I'm always like jealous that she has this peaceful, quiet night that she can read and watch whatever shows. And I'm like, no, we just fought for an hour for bedtime, and now I'm exhausted. So
Exactly.
it's such a
I
different season, and it's hard to find the good in the hard.
Yeah, I remember those
But
days all too well. And we've been re-experiencing them this week with our grandkids, or a couple of our grandkids here this week. So
how old are the grandkids?
the ones that have been staying with us are 6 and 4, and
Ooh, you got your hands full.
they require a little bit of attention.
How long are they staying with you?
Actually, the folks are headed up tonight, and then they'll be here kind of through the weekend, and then go home on Monday. But
Oh, fun.
anyway, but
Keeps you
that,
young, I guess, right?
yeah, that's the joy of being able to be a reseller is having the freedom to do things like this and have my grandkids. And reselling kind of took a little bit of a backseat this week, but they helped me ship every day and get things to the
That's
post
awesome.
office.
Do they ever dig in your inventory? Like, I know
Oh,
my son loves to shop in my store, so
oh yeah.
trying to keep the cool stuff out of his reach.
Yeah. What's this, Grandma? What's this? What's this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Linda, excited to have you. If anyone here is local, tomorrow Linda is selling her jams at her yard sale. And I don't know if anyone here is from the Tucson area, but she makes homemade jams that are to die for. And I know where I'm going to be tomorrow. With
Cool.
the heat wave now, you don't have to mow the lawn with no rain.
Yeah.
So
That's
there you
true.
go.
That is true.
I don't have much lawn to mow. Can't mow the sunshine or whatever the joke is.
Well, in Arizona, don't they usually have rocks in their yards?
It's rocks or it's turf. So it's
Yeah.
fake grass and it's rocks or it's dirt. Beanie Babies got me on eBay too. I was watching, oh my gosh, I was referencing this show. I just found it on, I want to say it was on Paramount or Peacock, and it's a consignment store that's been selling all of this stuff, high end stuff. And they had a lady on there kind of appraising some Beanie Babies recently, and they're still worth some good money. And there's certain ones like it's like PhD Picker or something.
Huh.
Dr. something Picker. Okay, I'll have to find it by the end of the show. But I don't know if she's a real doctor or just calls herself a doctor. But she was talking about Beanie Babies and how, like, if their eyes are uneven or if their beanie tush is lopsided, and like she knew all the different things to look for in these Beanie Babies, and some do hold their value.
Yeah. When
It's
we
great.
were doing it, it's like Peace, the tie-dye bear was huge.
Yeah.
Diana, Princess Bear
I
was
think
huge.
Diana is still a big one. And there was something about the year or the month that it was like in April or something around the anniversary is when it peaks in its value. So there's a time
Yeah.
frame when you want to sell them.
And I haven't looked, but like the first generation ones, like the Ladybug and Flutter the Butterfly and stuff, those were real high then. I don't know what happened to them, but anyway, yeah, maybe there are still some that sell, but if they do, I probably give them away at our booth.
Yeah. Or they're
I'm,
played with and dusty and they weren't
yeah,
pristine in those fancy boxes.
yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
Linda, yeah, you're an empty nester now too. So it's I'm waiting for it. I'll enjoy the time for now. I mean, it's still good in a way. But I'm looking
It
forward
is.
to easier seasons. But then it's not easier. You have different worries and different, like Linda with your daughter off in college in another state. Like I can't even imagine what that puts you through. So, and then moving out, like, yeah, I know there's a whole other
Yeah.
roller coaster.
Don't wish it away too fast.
Yeah, I know. As I'm hearing them bicker in the background, it's hard to not push it away. So you said you started with the Beanie Babies. What got you started, or how did you get started way back when?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't even know how. Well, my husband's always been an entrepreneur though, so I think as soon as eBay kind of got started, he was kind of like, well, how can we use this to our advantage, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. I don't remember the details. He would probably remember, but it's kind of foggy in my head.
Yeah,
But we used to
that's
like
all right, but
going.
long time.
even back then, we kind of like had a thing for like going to auctions and enjoyed picking stuff up, but we didn't know what to do with it. Why are we buying this stuff?
Yeah. Do you still do auctions?
We do not as much anymore, but we do still. It is one of our favorite ways to pick up stuff. It's just
Okay, I can't wait to hear about it.
it requires like almost a whole day of your time to do it.
Oh yeah,
But
for sure. And quick knowledge. Like you've got to be able to see the stuff and instantly know if it's worth paying up to whatever that next tier is. And
yeah,
without getting sucked into the thrill, I think that's where I would have a hard time. Like you hear them saying, okay, 100, all right, 200, 300, oh, 400. Like I could see getting into the thrill and then, wait, I shouldn't have paid that much. So trying
yeah.
to keep control, I could see being difficult.
We try to get there about like I don't know an hour early so that we can
Hmm.
kind of look things over and figure out what
Yeah.
we're interested in and kind of establish in our head what we're willing to pay before
Yeah.
we get.
Are you doing blind, like storage units, or do you get to see the pallets?
Oh yeah, no, they're not pallets. This is just an auction where everything's laid out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we haven't done a storage auction. Someday we kind of think we'd like to, but we haven't delved into that arena yet. It kind of scares me. I think it's a little more like gambling to me.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of, it's definitely not a sure thing. And they look like they're a lot of work.
Yeah. And a lot of junk. So
Yeah,
you instantly have to be ready just to take probably half of it straight to the dumpster
for sure.
right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Brit, was that a Britannia?
Britannia, the UK bear.
Britannia.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. I kind of forgot about that.
Next TED Talk will be the how-tos to do in-person auctions. Yes, that would be amazing. Like I instantly think auction is storage units. I forget that there are all those other kinds. And pre-COVID, my brother-in-law used to do airline or airport auctions. And they were in person, but he lives in Denver. So Denver International Airport, people leave stuff behind all the time. So he was doing auctions on all of the stuff that was left behind, whether it was skiing gear, backpacks,
Wow.
um, I mean, everything, pocket knives, some really, really nice stuff. And I know that's changed with COVID. Everything went online, and now I think it's
Yeah,
all online, and the competition is really high.
for sure.
So I think
What?
the cost goes up
All right.
significantly.
One sec. Kyle, I need you to bring me my phone charger, please.
Yes, you're streaming this from your phone. It's gonna suck the
I
battery
I
fast.
know. I switched to my phone instead of my laptop and I didn't bring my charger. So
All right, save the day, Grumpy. All right, so you said the grandkids are getting involved in the business. How were your grown kids involved as they were growing up?
you know, because it was kind of hit and miss, they didn't do a lot when we were growing up to help so much. Um, little bits here and there, but I think they all kind of got the bug because in one
Yeah.
way or another, all of them just about have gotten involved in reselling in some shape or form.
And how
So
many do you have?
we have 4 kids.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, and
Yay.
if it's not our own child that's doing it, we have an in-law that's doing it.
Oh, fun.
So
It's
yeah.
addicting. I love it. And I hope my kids get the same bug and realize the power behind it. If you
Well,
need a quick buck, that's the way to do it.
my oldest daughter recently started an Instagram account where she's doing like drops every other week, yeah, of kind of like cottage core type stuff, and
Ah,
and it's been going pretty good for her. She's it's a no.
We won't reach.
Oh, move me back. Sorry, making him make an
you're
adjustment.
fine. Relocate.
All right, sorry.
Mary, my kiddos love flipping stuff. That's awesome. Coco, hope my 2-year-old will like it. Yes, especially the plushies. I can
Where did it
see her
go?
sitting there, totally rocking the plush.
I've lost you. Where'd you go? Can you see me
I'm
still?
here. I just see a black screen.
All right, hang on. I'm finding it. Where did it go? Technical difficulties.
Where's the kid?
Where's the kids? There are no kids out here. It's a mama. You say
I'm
hi?
sorry. Say hello to everybody else.
Okay.
Can I say hi?
All right. Say hi while we're waiting for Lori.
And say hi to me.
I don't know where it is.
All right. Special kid appearance. You look like a movie star with the fan blowing your hair. You don't have any hair to blow. All right, go, Grandma. Okay. Watch the cables. Okay. Did
I
you
may
get
have
it
to-
to work?
I may have to close out and come back in.
Okay. Well, I'll be here. Chrissy, yay. Excited to have you. Which story? Christopher. What are you referring to? Did I need to scroll up? Mary, tell a story while we wait. Okay. My kids love flipping stuff. So maybe about that. So yeah, tell us a story about how your kiddos help you. And I got stuff. All right, so we're waiting for Lori to come in here. She was trying to get her laptop to work, and that wouldn't work, so she went to her phone. But gotta love technology, right? I was spending the last 10 minutes reading the world's longest YouTube comment, and I was getting a crack out of it. I doubt that person's here, but they were commenting on a video I just posted on packing and shipping. And I don't do a lot of packing and shipping videos because to me, that's the boring part of reselling. So, I mean, sure, I'll record it and talk to myself for an hour, but usually it's not as exciting. And someone was commenting, picking at every little thing that I did. So if you want to get a laugh, check out the last video and read the comment this person left because it was a full-on dissertation on how I should have packed my items and including taking shoes out of its box and wrapping them in plastic before putting them back in the box, and then I needed to protect the shoe box better than putting it in a box. I don't know. It was almost laughable. So that was my chuckle before hopping on this live. Abby found a glass baby at the Goodwill bins, her 9th birthday. Okay, how in the world did she manage that? That is impressive. I've yet to find one in the wild. I see them and, oh, yay, Lori's back. I see them out, like, I'll see something that looks like a glass baby, and I'll flip it over, and there's nothing. So I have yet to find a single one in the wild. Let's talk about how I have less than 2 weeks to go sourcing. I was going to ask you that, Coco. You posted a video yesterday of your bins haul. So how old was that video? Because I'm like, hold on, no, she's supposed to be pure right now and not sourcing. So let me know how old that content was or how old that haul was. Because I'm like, oh man, dumpster diving does not qualify. I'm excited for you, Coco. You're gonna film it at Reseller Remix, right? Is that what it's called? No, I get the two of them mixed up. There's the Boss Reseller Remix and then whatever the one is by you. You have to film, for sure. I taught her well. Mary, while you were Lori, while you were gone, Mary was talking about her daughter finding a glass baby at 9 years old at a thrift store. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Does anyone else hear? Flip gone. Thank you, Chris. I knew I was going to get the names mixed up. There we go. I hear you now. Flip gone.
Okay.
Yes. Film. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. You should go live sometime too. Then we can watch you in the wild. She flipped it for $125.
Wow, that's
Holy
awesome.
smokes.
That's super cool. I have yet to find one.
Yeah, I've never found one. I see some that look like it, that rounded look, and I'll flip it over and it's not. Mama with a
Yeah.
camera, excited to have you here.
And Lori. Another Lori in the room.
Yeah. All right, now we can hear. Okay. So let's see. What is your favorite niche and one you wish you knew more about?
Oh, my favorite is just like mid-century stuff, I think. I love that vibe. And I like mid-century glass, like Viking glass and Blanco glass and things like that. But
Okay.
I'm not super knowledgeable. Um, but I am always learning. And
Yep.
I don't know, I like it. I've found a few good swung glass vases over the last year, and those are always fun finds to
I wouldn't even
well.
know what I'm looking at. I walk by so much glass and I know I'm just leaving money on the table, but I know nothing about it. I picked up my first kind of lot of what's a very popular glass?
Well,
And
Viking.
no, it wasn't that. It was hand painted. Some of them had like the little ribs on them.
Fenton?
Yes, a
Fenton, yeah.
lot of Fenton glass. I've yet to sell any of it, but I think I spent like 50, $60, and there's like these little baskets that are super cute, some big baskets, a big vase. I'm kind of looking at it right now. There's like 10 pieces, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a risk and learn about it. Like $50 for a Fenton education, I'll take it. But
That's
I
true.
have
And,
no idea
and
other
not,
glass.
yeah, well, Fenton's not all even created equal. Some of it's not worth much of anything, and others is. So, and
I'm
I still
realizing
don't.
this is the first. I've had it listed for a few weeks and I've yet to get any offers, any bites, nothing
Yeah,
on
I
it.
hear
But
you. I'm still
oh well,
learning.
it'll
But then,
sell
as far
eventually.
as probably the thing that I'd like to know more about are video games because I run across them and I just don't know whether it's worth picking up or not. And
Yeah. I'd have to look each one up. I know the sports ones aren't usually big except the one football NCAA 14. That's kind of the unicorn of all resellers, but the other ones, I'd have to look them up individually. I'm not
well,
quick
yeah,
enough to just see the game if there's a whole stack of them. I'll either have to scan each barcode or type each name.
right. And I'll buy them, like I'll find a stack of games and they're $2 a piece, and I'll buy them all just because they're $2 a piece, and discover that I can sell most of them for about $2 a piece.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of them are because they're just so mass produced, especially when you get to like Xbox 360 or PS2, PS3. Like most of them aren't even worth $5. Except there's a
My
few are. I just need to learn them.
Yeah, my son-in-law actually, that's kind of what he sells, mostly. So I can actually shoot
Mhm.
him a picture or ask him a question now, and he can tell me whether or not to get it.
There you go. Get a picture of
But
the
I,
whole lineup. Like, which one am I
yeah,
grabbing? So,
yeah,
yep.
but I
So
don't.
you said your favorite way is auctions. How often do you go to auctions, and what other ways do you enjoy sourcing?
Yeah, we don't go to as many live auctions as we used to. I think pre-COVID we did a lot more of that. Um, so like I think we've been to uh, 2 or 3 auctions this year is all
Okay.
in-person auctions, but we do more in or online auctions, and of course now it's garage sale season, so you don't even
Yeah.
need to go as much. But auctions are great in the off garage sale season because
Right.
they still have those, and of course the online auctions are year round as well.
Do you ever
But
do the shop Goodwill auctions?
I have not tried those at all. Have you?
I've lost every one of them.
Really?
I'll watch it and be like, okay, I'm gonna go for this one because I'm trying to find one that I think is not gonna be popular, but there's one or two things in there. I'm like, okay, I want it for that. And I'll throw in a few bids, I'll watch it to the end, and I get outbid on every single time. But I don't do it aggressive enough. I feel like you really have to stay focused and keep bidding on stuff to win it. Because if I'm just kind of one off here and there, it's not working.
It's
I keep getting
yeah.
outbid.
I think any online auction, like the ones that we do, there's just certain things people bid them up, and it's like you just have to know to step back and let somebody else have
Yeah.
it. But there'll be something
Yep.
else for you somewhere. And
Exactly.
yeah.
I need to find the ones that end at like 2 in the morning Eastern time. So then here it's only like 11 o'clock, so I can
Right.
watch those. And then at least you're not worrying about any of the East Coast getting in on it. But I know like tools, those get bid up a lot.
But see,
Yeah,
we
there's things
don't.
that I don't even want. Like I don't want to deal with tools, so
Yeah.
save that for other people. But the small electronics, that's more my jam.
But honestly, like the you have to pay shipping on those, don't you? The Goodwill auctions.
Oh yeah.
So,
Unless
and
you filter it to your local region, then you can do a pickup.
right.
And it said like so many hours on certain days you can go and do a pickup. So, but you want to time it where if I'm going to drive 40 minutes for a pickup, I want to win more than one small item because I want it to pay
Yeah,
for the trip. So you'd have to
exactly.
I'd have to commit to like a week long of auctions of nonstop watching, bidding, trying to win as much as I can so that it makes that one pickup worth it. You had too much sugar.
He has it though. That's the thing.
Oh my goodness, these children. They
You
can't
know,
go outside because they'll melt. So they're stuck inside.
Yeah. You want to hear a major fail?
Huh.
Last November, I was going to go to, I think it was about a 90-minute drive, maybe 2 hours, to pick up stuff from an online auction.
Mm-hmm.
And I got there and opened the back of my truck to, put stuff in it and realized it still had stuff in it from the last time we'd picked something up somewhere. I don't know what it was.
Wow.
I totally spaced off that there was stuff in the back of the truck. I ended up having to rent a U-Haul in order
To get your stuff back.
to get our
Oh,
stuff
that's
home.
awful.
I mean,
Awful.
it worked out, but it was an extra $75 that I shouldn't have had to pay.
Right. Taking from your profits just to get stuff
But,
home. Yeah.
but on the bright
Oh,
side, I
that's
didn't
funny.
have to worry about having enough space. There was plenty of space.
Got a lot of space then, for sure. Oh, Grumpy, that's funny. Too bad you didn't marry a sound video tech. That's one thing that does come in handy because my husband is my AV guy. So when I have tech issues, it's all him. He is the guy.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
went live
rookie.
one night last year at FlipCon. So yeah, I'm excited to watch all the notifications come up when you're going live. Because when does it start? August what? Correct me, people. Who's going?
9th? I think it's the 9th.
The 9th?
It's whatever that Wednesday is that week.
Okay. Yeah, the 7th is Monday, first day of school. Not like
Okay.
I'm counting
Oh.
or anything. So then, yeah, Wednesday would be the 9th. So I can't wait to hear about it. How exciting. I live in Greater Seattle, so chances are great in finding them in the wild. Finding what? I'm about 10 minutes behind. Were we talking about the glass babies? And marry me, you are stuck in each corner of the USA from all this fun stuff. We have live ones here too. Can't wait to go. Yeah, I need to broaden my horizons to more auctions. We only do online with soft close.
Honestly,
There you go.
I think our biggest scores have been from online auctions.
Nice.
So
There's got to be strategy to it. So we'll have to, like you said, do a little TED talk or something on the 101 of auctions and when to bid up and when to step down. I'm hoping you can't hear them right now because I think one of them is going to kill the other one by the end of this show.
how old are your kids?
Oh my goodness. We've got 8-year-old is the girl, and Lincoln, he is 3. So they're a handful and they're noisy.
Yeah.
Normally right now, if it wasn't 100 million degrees, I'd send them outside. But
Right.
I think it's child abuse when it's 107.
A little bit.
All right. Your favorite thing about this business? You mentioned, of course, the flexibility, being able to work around your schedule.
Yeah, I think that really is truly the biggest thing I love about it. And I love that my husband also enjoys this too. And
Yeah,
so we really connect when we're out, picking and
that's
sourcing and stuff.
awesome.
And so it'll be great to when he can quit his job, which is our goal. In fact, we think that February 25, he might be able to quit
Ooh,
and go full time with me. So we're
that'd be awesome.
working
And
towards
my
that
hubby,
goal
he's
anyway.
100% supportive and he goes with me when we go thrifting, but he doesn't know quite as much, obviously, as I do for reselling. So he'll pick some stuff up, like, hey, what's this worth? But yeah, he's there for my moral support, which is
Well, that's
just as
awesome.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he helps pick orders, is my order picker. And then I just
Sweet.
pick them. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'd like to outsource my shipping, but
I'd hire one of the grandkids in there. What is your biggest pet peeve in reselling?
Oh, I, you know, honestly, I guess I think a little bit it's probably returns, but we don't have a ton of them, so I don't even know if that's a fair thing to say because
Okay.
it's just a handful here and there. It's just
Yeah,
annoying after you've kind of counted on the sale, and then,
right.
but I've never had a
Especially if
large
it's a big
item.
one.
Yeah, no, I haven't really ever had anything major return, so that's good. Um,
That's good.
but that and the non-paying buyers, where you have auctions
Yeah.
or whatever, or you accept an offer and they never pay. I think those are everybody's
You have
pet
yours
peeves.
automatically in like 3 days or whatever to
Yep,
automatically cancel. Yeah,
yep,
that's the way to do it. Then at least
yeah,
it's if they choose not to pay, at least it doesn't hold you back.
right. So you can't sweat it, and you can still resell it, but it is a little bit annoying.
Right. Yep, for sure. All right, Mama with the camera's got a question. How did you learn how and where to do online auctions? That's a question for
Well,
you.
we just threw ourselves into the mix and did it. I think that we were both a little intimidated at first because we
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what we were doing.
Right.
Um, but it's really not that scary. And honestly, going early and looking around so that you kind of know and aren't having to just make a decision on the fly.
Yes,
Um,
I think that's huge. If you can see
yeah,
what's in the pallet versus like an auction, like a storage where they just lift up the door and then you're just supposed to start bidding, and you're just looking at a
right,
bunch of boxes, maybe a couple
right,
mattresses against the wall. Like, how do you even know? And then it could look like it's a nice big box of Sony whatever's on the box, and it's just closed. Like, you don't know. So it'd have to be, I think, for starting out, it would be smartest to know what you're bidding on. So you can
yeah.
already do your research. That's the only way I would do it.
And by doing it, you learn a lot too, because like you can buy most of these auctions have like boxes, flats on tables that are
Hmm.
just full of stuff. I mean, they do auction individual things too, but there's a lot of flats that are just full of stuff, and you get the whole flat when you buy it. And
Hmm.
I can't tell you how many things we find that, or we discover like in those flats that are worth money that we never would have expected.
Oh,
So,
funny.
yeah,
Yeah. I think that's with reselling just anywhere. Like I get at Savers, we have a lot of like mystery bags where you can see what's in it. So it's not really a mystery, but it's more of a random bag. And I'll look
yeah,
at it like, okay, I'm in it for this item. It's worth the $3. I take it home. But then I realize that something else in that bag was worth even more than the one I
ex-
first wanted. So yeah, you just got
exactly,
to make the
right.
whole buy worth it. And then the other stuff is just bonus.
Exactly.
All right,
That's
Chrissy
exactly
has
right.
another question, or Chrissy has a question here. Do you have more than one site you do your online auctions? Only one I know about is HiBid. Yeah, HiBid and Shop Goodwill are the only two I know of.
High bid we definitely do use. There's also like local ones around here that kind of just do their own thing. And there's what is it? Oh, Kansas Estate or KansasAuctions.net. And there may be one for every state that kind of has a list of online auctions and in-person auctions both that you can check out. And so that's how we
Auction
find them.
Zip, that's another one. Okay.
Okay, that's a good one. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, there's a few out there. So much markup at thrifts. How do you find items low enough price-wise to be able to flip? Learn what they don't know. That's going to be at thrift stores, garage sales, everywhere. Because I think every single like sourcing option is going to have stuff that's overpriced and stuff that is flippable. And I don't know if you agree with that, Lori, but I think just learning as much as you can about many different niches is the best way to approach it.
It is, and also Kayla and Ryan, that's my daughter and son-in-law. Hi guys.
Okay.
But honestly, we don't get shut out very often when we go into a thrift store. Now, I do get disgusted often by the prices of things in there.
Oh my God, yes.
And
All the time. And I can't keep my mouth shut. There'll be people in the aisle and I'm like, oh my God, they want $20 for this piece of junk. Like, it's
I
missing a
know.
battery cover. Like, why are you charging so much? Or this arm is broken and they're still asking for this much. Like,
Oh,
I'm pretty
it's
vocal when it goes to my
yeah,
disgust.
yeah. It's insane. It's crazy. It makes good content though. But um,
It does.
but yeah, but it's not very often that we actually walk out of a thrift store with nothing. So
Yeah. My
it's
Goodwill, it's probably 9 out of 10 times I walk out empty-handed, which is why I only
really,
go there maybe if I say once a week, I think that's even pushing it. Because I used to be a daily there because I was always leaving with at least one thing to pay for the trip. And now I swear I'm leaving empty-handed at least 9 out of 10 times.
well,
And
we have a
sometimes the
few
10th
like
time is because my daughter picked out a treat or something that she wanted to buy. So we're leaving with some Cheetos, not something to flip.
we have a few like that around here. There's definitely not. I don't love the thrift stores in Topeka, which is the closest town to us,
Yeah,
but somehow we still usually manage to find something. And
something, yeah.
but it's not definitely not my favorite way to thrift. I mean, yeah, not the most lucrative method, I don't think.
Right. No, you've got to think outside the box. Christopher, I feel like my area is the best area to be a resell or to be for resale until I look at Midwest or East Coast flipping and get major FOMO. How funny. I think every area has its perks. So like Mary, you said Seattle, right? So like big city Seattle, like you would think of the type of stuff you'd find there. But then here in Southern Arizona, we have a lot of snowbirds. So you get stuff that they've brought in from colder climates. So that stuff still sells. We're not going to use it, but someone on YouTube or on eBay will use it. There's perks of the population and how right now our population's in half because everybody's left because we're the surface of the sun. So it helps when we go to the smaller thrift stores that there's less people there. So I think each area would have its perks and just different stuff. Like sourcing in Seattle, you're going to find probably a lot more umbrellas than I would find out here, or whatever else, sporting equipment or walking shoes. I know Seattle's huge for their activity. So you will definitely find more location-based stuff, which is fun.
It also depends on what you like to sell too, where you can find it.
Yep.
Like I love the
has
bins.
options. Yeah.
I do love the bins. But you never know what you're going to find at the bins.
Yeah. The Shop Goodwill I hear is really good for jewelry. Lily works, Rachel, she does a lot of the bulk jewelry buys and makes a killing because people like me have no idea what I'm looking at. So she's able to find these big bulk tubs of jewelry and that's where she gets it. Go. I'll find out if prices are worse or the same when I start up again. Curious to see if it's gotten worse or stayed the same. That has to be so hard to not do what you love, to put a pause on everything you've known for this long.
Yeah, but
Serious control.
She makes it sound like it's been a year. It's only been a month.
It's been 7 days, Lori. I can't do it. Those are the reasons you have to have many ways to source. Yep. 100%. Oh, I'm going to click up here. Yard sales, estate sales, auctions are my favorite. Yes. And the Goodwill bins. No umbrellas. We embrace the rain. Only tourists use umbrellas. We went out to Seattle right after we got married. It was a business trip, and I get on the plane and I'm like, I forgot my sunglasses. And then I look at my husband, I'm like, we're going to Seattle. I don't need my sunglasses. It's cloudy
Not
the whole
likely.
time. So, yep, that was my Arizona showing. Don't need sunglasses. Love the bins, the bins. I need to get back to it. It's probably been over a year since I've been to the bins. It was dog eat dog when I went, and I need to embrace that. Need to learn vintage jewelry with all the elderly population we have here with garage sales. 100%. Mama, where are you from? Because down here, jewelry is big, and I know there's got to be some very lucrative stuff because some of this it's going to be vintage. It's going to be stuff they've had from the 50s or 60s, and I wouldn't know it. So, yeah, where are you from to kind of see location wise? It's freaking hard. Yeah, I don't know how you're doing it. You're gonna like start having withdrawals and start like shaking and fiending. I don't want to see you when you see your first thrift store. I think you're just gonna start crawling to it. Just an excitement. It's gonna be like a mirage in the distance.
I
I want to do
love
a
vintage
series
jewelry
on
myself, but
they make money at the thrifts anymore. Yeah, I mean I do so many shorts on that. Like I can't believe I found this or yeah, like I was Savers last week and they had in a box a JVC projector. It wasn't anything fancy. I looked it up and there were no comps. So wherever they got this number from, I think they found it on a star or something because they put a price tag of $999 on this projector.
what?
$1,000 at Savers.
Wow.
Like
Well, that sounds like Savers, but still.
even on Monday, half price day, there's still no way I would touch it. So I recorded and I'm waiting for a trendy, funny music to come out on Instagram and then I'll put it to you because that was just laughable. Like, oh my
That's
gosh.
the insanity. Yeah.
It's only rained once in 2 months. That's crazy. Wow. We've been
It's not.
getting pretty much daily rain with our monsoons here, but you're known for your rain.
Yeah, that's
We
weird.
also have snowbirds. Where did you say you were from? Hold on, let me scroll up. Did I miss it? No, I didn't. Where are you from?
Is that you're talking about
Mama with the
Lori?
camera. No, Florida. There you are.
Yeah, there's so many people from Florida.
Okay. Yeah, definitely snowbirds from Florida. I think Florida and Arizona are both of your big retirees and snowbirds. It's not like the Twilight movies. What's Forks is a rainforest. That's Forks. Oh, funny. But it still rained a lot. We were there in September, and I remember it rained pretty much every day. So maybe that was just a rainy season.
I don't know. I did that when we went to Portland, Oregon, too. It rained almost every day.
Yeah. But it's so green. That is one thing that I'm definitely envious of is how green, because of the moisture and the humidity. You're green too in Kansas. I'm brown. Lots of brown.
We are
What
actually
made you
getting to
guys
go.
decide to start a
Okay.
YouTube channel? So you can start it. What made you start one?
Well, we resold things for so long without even knowing that there were YouTube channels about it. And
Oh, funny.
we just, like last, I don't know, a year and a half ago, kind of became aware of it. And we're introduced to some of the, resellers that everybody knows and loves. And realized that there were things, even though we've been doing it for so long, that things that we didn't know. And but then we also thought, well, we've been doing this a long time. Maybe we could contribute something ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. And I'm not very consistent about doing videos. I haven't kind of figured out how to work that time, into my routine exactly. But yeah, it's just decided that we could kind of play off each other a little bit. And and as he goes full time, we'll probably do that a little more. But yeah, so just thought maybe we could share a little bit of our life lessons.
Yeah, that's kind of the same idea. We were just thinking, just something to learn. We've always done, like my husband's always done audio video production. That's what he does for a living, is videos and audio for webinars and sales presentations, and it was natural to him. So when we were thinking of doing a YouTube, we never knew what topic we wanted to do. And then it was probably 2 years ago, we're like, well, like you said, there's all these resellers doing it, and people are always asking me questions, like they know what I do. Like, why not do a YouTube? And at first I'm like, oh, there's so much competition. Who's going to want to choose my channel over Homeschool Picker or Harry Tornado or all these other big dogs? And I'm like, but I'm Jennifer. So somebody is going to want to watch the way I talk about it. And I think
Right.
that's what helped me kind of get over my own insecurities on camera. Like, to think I'd be doing a live every single week, it just blows my mind. I am such not a film in front of a camera type of person. I'm not totally introverted, but I'm not super outgoing either. So to think that people would want to watch it shocks me. And like my first 1,000-view video, I'm like, oh my gosh, people like it. They actually like me. So it's
That's
just,
cool.
why not? If other people can do it, and I know I have knowledge to share, and even if it's the same exact knowledge, the way that you present it can be the way that somebody else perceives it better. And
Right.
I think that's the trick of it. You find what you like and how you like to learn, and people like, or hopefully like, the way that I show it and talk about it. And because I'll think, oh, that video was awful. I had no energy, no charisma, but then it'll get 1,000 views. I'm like, all right, I guess it wasn't that bad. So I didn't put
that's
anyone to
good.
sleep, but
Well, you seem very comfortable, so I
oh,
don't
thank
see
you.
that. Yeah.
I am now. This is episode, I think, 18. Are you 18?
I don't know. Is that where it is? Yeah, that's what it says.
I know. I could tell if I'm going into filming and I'm just like, meh, hit record, and then it turns out decent. But all right, I'm echoing. Shoo. I can't hear myself talk while I'm talking. All right. So yeah, I think the real reason I wanted to start it was just to play around with it and just see if I could teach other people what I love doing.
Well, I'm learning that there's a lot to putting videos out.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
it
got,
helps having my own video editor. I know that
yeah,
that's an 100% one up on a lot of people, because it's hard. And watching him and the way he does it, because this is his craft, like he has a fancy mouse, and he'll know, like, when he pushes this button, it's a cut, and this button is a transition, and this button is like copy and paste, like all of his buttons. So he'll sit there and go through a 10-minute video and have it edited down, and all the transitions and all of that, in less than an hour. Like,
that's
even like my
cool.
30-minute videos, he'll have it done in an hour. And I know there's people that it'll take them like an hour for a 2 or 3-minute section, because the amount of
Yeah.
cuts that they want to do. But we also keep our videos really natural. If I flub and I say the wrong thing, I don't edit it out. Unless
Yeah.
I've completely lost my train of thought and I really do need a do-over, which is rare, I'll cut and redo it. But I keep it pretty natural, and that makes editing a lot easier for him.
Keeping it real. Well,
Yes.
I just got, I was just using my phone, and, I don't even have that many videos out yet. And like I said, I need to develop more of a routine, but I did get a GoPro recently. But my first time out trying to use it, my memory card was so small, I was done after the first, 10 minutes, I think. I don't know.
Oh, we had to get a huge card, especially if I'm recording a full Savers trip for an hour. Yeah, you've got to get a big, big card. And if the GoPro is recording in 4K or 1080, that's even more space.
Well, and I haven't even figured all that out yet. So I took it out the other day. I got a bigger memory card, thinking that I could, go out for the day and hit some garage sales. And after 2 garage sales, my battery was dead. Well, I didn't know it was going to go dead that fast. So
right,
we'll figure it out eventually.
Yep, or keep more than one battery. Have a backup with you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And depending on your
mistake.
settings will be how fast it uses the battery and how fast it uses the memory card.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think we record in 4K. Our GoPro will do it. It's, I want to say, a year or 2. Do we record in 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my husband's gonna geek
Right
out.
Everybody likes to watch it on their phones and tablets. Right now, I uploaded 1440.
Okay, so it's one step above 1080
Yeah,
HD.
one step above. Yeah, but it's one step below like 4K. But it's really good. It's still a step above 1080.
Yeah. All right. There's some
Okay.
TikTok for you, but yeah, he does record in 4K. But I know we have a really big memory card. But I don't have to worry about it. I just strap the thing on and hit record and go. Except there was one time I hit record and I must have bumped the screen and I put it in time lapse. So then this whole
Oh.
thing, I went through an estate sale and it looked like a chipmunk running through the sale. I'm like, all right, scrap it. That's not gonna work. Did we use it? Okay, we did use it.
Yeah, I was saying that could be
You
kind
just
of fun.
slowed
You
it
could play
down
with
and
that.
then did voiceover.
That was the one you did like estate sales, and we still.
Oh, but it looked
slowed it down.
awful.
The frame rate was all over.
The frame rate, yeah, it was very jumpy because we slowed it
Wow.
down to make it human, like I'm not running through this sale. Yeah, there's so much. Tech is just awful. It's so confusing and frustrating when it doesn't cooperate. All right, I
And
gotta catch
someday
up
we'll.
here. Okay. Snowbirds love to come down, spend money and money here, and then sell a lot of their stuff. Yes. Yeah, that's what I love about snowbird season. They'll bring all their stuff they don't want, sell it off, and leave for another 6 months. If one of us makes a mode, we do drop YouTube links for the people in the chat. What? If make okay. I don't know how to do that. I know that's like a
Oh,
wrench thing. Do you know how to make somebody a wrench?
Oh, I haven't done it.
All right, help me out. I've always had to just man it myself, and I don't know how to change that. Okay, is it lines? Okay, I can. Is it the star? What happens if I star you? Did that do something? I gave you a star, Christopher. I don't think that did anything. All right, someone educate me. How do I make somebody a wrench so that they can do
A
stuff in my
moderator.
chat?
There you go. Yeah.
Moderator, yeah. That's what you were talking about, right, Chris? No, I've
Christy
got to
says
be able to do
click
it. I'm
on
the
the.
main person. I haven't made a video in over a month. It's easy to set it on the back burner.
Probably
But I
one of
watch
them
all of
has to
y'all.
have do it.
Yeah. As soon as you're moved in, you should do one. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone has something to add to the community. That's exactly it. I think knowing that we're in different places and we find different things, it's just fun watching different people. And it's all different kinds of people, all different ages,
Yep.
sizes, race, location, everything. I love
Yep.
watching my friends' channels. I still watch some of the big timers, but I'm switching now to the smaller channels. Aw, hard back at you. But I've been doing the same. Like the lives, I've been going on to all of you people, and I don't want to call you small, but just the normal channels that people are just hanging out. And I like to engage and talk to my friends and just keep it more community based. When you go to the big channels, you just get lost. Like it's less
Yeah.
personable.
Yeah.
All right, lady's
I
gonna
do feel
sit
like
up for my
definitely feel like
whatnot.
I've.
Yay, Coco. Good luck, good luck.
Who's doing
Rachel,
it?
yay. Coco has her whatnot. She always follows me at like 7
Yes,
o'clock my time, 10
that's
o'clock
it.
Eastern. Click on their name. So if I do that though, it just says show. I get a star. That's all I get. So, Christy, I just gave you a star. Let me know if that gave you any kind of superpowers. Because I don't know what it does. Okay, you can click on the chat on your side. And then it will show, but it doesn't. So hide. Oh, hold on. Nope. Put user in timeout. I don't want to do that. Ban the user and
I'm
delete
putting
their
everybody in
comments.
timeout.
Right? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Starred. So I just give you kind of a VIP spot there, Christy. It just says that you're starred.
I wonder if we have to.
No superpowers.
I wonder if
Man,
we have to do it on YouTube side.
it's got to be a StreamYard thing. All right. I'm
Oh
going to
no,
have
it's
to
probably.
figure that out
I
for
think
next
it's a
time because I do
YouTube
need a
thing.
moderator. Huh?
It should be a YouTube thing. It's a moderator
It's a
on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm just on
But I don't.
StreamYard. So if I go to YouTube, but I don't want to mess up my feed. Let's see. It says that
We
I
don't need
am
more
live,
technical difficulties tonight.
right? Okay, don't play. I don't want you to play. And if I go to chat, okay, we're gonna test this. Add as moderator. Okay, so I do have to have can manage blocked words, chat modes, capabilities of standard moderator. Okay, save. All right, Chrissy, I think I just made you a moderator.
Now
Cool.
she has, yay, she has superpowers.
All right. So is that how people normally, oh, don't do that. So I think people keep both open then. I just keep StreamYard open. I don't do StreamYard and YouTube open.
Well, see, we're
All
all
right, my
learning
newbie side
tonight.
is showing. I am, but that's kind of cool. All right, Chrissy, no pressure, but you're the moderator. I just gave you all the powers. I don't know what I did. Who told me that I needed that? Christopher, I should make you the moderator. You just volunteered yourself. Oh, hey, I keep both open. Yeah. Congratulations, Chrissy. You are my first moderator. Yay. All right.
That's
Only
awesome.
wrenched people can drop links. All right. Who else wants a wrench? I'm just giving them out now. Like, you get a wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. Does anyone else want a wrench? I can do this.
Who was it that? Who was it
Oh,
that did
you're
it the other
collecting
night?
wrenches. Mary, you want a wrench? Okay, hold on. I just did this. Oh, yeah. Giving wrenches. All right. I've given 2 wrenches now. All right, I don't want to get greedy here. We're gonna pace ourselves. Oh, how fun. I love learning new things. That's exciting. Okay, so speaking of exciting, what are some of your best and your worst buys or flips?
My best, I actually was thinking about this earlier and realized that our best pickups have actually come from auctions, in-person auctions,
Yeah.
which is another good reason to go to them. But probably the number one thing, and I may have talked about this before, some of these people may have heard this story, but it's called an orrery. That's ORRERY, I think. And it is like it's like the earth going around the sun and the moon going around the earth, and you can turn it and it like shows you how it works. And it's like
Wow.
it's an educational thing. Anyway, we found one
I didn't
that
know
was
it
from
had
like,
a name. That's crazy.
yeah, found one at an auction for like from the early 1900s, I think. I can't remember exactly, but it was old. It was definitely antique. And we didn't know anything about it, but we knew enough to think that it might be worth something. And so we had to like leave the auction and go out in the street to find a Wi-Fi signal, I think, or steal Wi-Fi from somebody else nearby or something. And looked it up and discovered those things can have a lot of value. And so we ended up, the auction started at like, I don't know, a couple bucks, $5 maybe. And the auctioneer at first was just going up $1 at a time. And it quickly, we ended up winning it for $500.
Holy cow, that was a quick $1 at a time.
Yeah, he eventually figured out that it was going to go for a lot more than he had thought. And then people applauded at the end because they were so surprised at this thing that nobody knew what it was. Had sold for that much money.
For?
We sold it for $1,500, I think, just a little over $1,500. But it sold quick, and so yeah. But we haven't had
fun. I never would have known. Never. You're welcome, Mary. Christopher, don't ruin this. I've given you power, so let's I like the ones that are stingy with it, Rachel. That's hilarious. I didn't know what it was. So apparently I was stingy. I mean, I knew what it was, but I didn't know how to give it. So I was stingy without being stingy. I didn't know I was being stingy. I was just doing everything and going back and forth. And now I got helpers. So you guys are amazing. I had to give more wrenches. All right. So what would be your worst then, would you say? Your worst buy or flip?
Well, I'm still sitting on it because I way overpaid for something that I didn't do enough research on. before I bought
Okay.
it. And it was an online auction. And so I should have had time to figure it out. But I guess I don't know. I screwed up,
Thrill.
basically. That's about all I can say. And I
We've
spent
all
like
done it.
way too much. But your screw up shouldn't be so big. I spent like $300 on this.
I've got some big ones. I got some big ones. It's okay. It definitely
Anyway,
is. What
yeah.
was yours? What is the item?
It's an antique hand woven blanket from like 1880, 18 something. Oh, you got the same thing? You got
Not a blanket. Mine was like, I thought it was gonna be hot. So it was for preppers, like people to like doomsday prep. This is a big thing, and it's a generator with the solar power. So I'm like, okay, of course this is gonna be hot. People are trying to prepare and have backup options, and like, of course it's gonna be great. So the comps at the time, it was from for Patriots. Is that what the company's called? A big company, and or at least big. And if you know the industry, it's big for them. So I paid up at Savers. I think I paid $200, and it was comping at like 600. I think I have that thing down to $400 now, and still no bites. So,
well, at least you haven't
but
lost
if
money
something
yet. I
happens,
think,
I've got a nice solar generator that I can
yeah.
just break open. So I guess it could be worse.
And I have a blanket I can
And you'll be
cuddle up
warm.
in.
Yep. You will be warm. Yeah, we all have those. I probably have hundreds of dollars and stuff I shouldn't have bought. Probably even that Fenton glass for $60. I'm probably gonna sit on that for a very long time, but
Honestly,
at least I
though,
learned.
we do pay for our education, and most
Yep.
of the time, I don't think we end up losing a lot of money. Maybe a little,
Right.
but
Exactly. Eventually it will sell for at least $200. I just need to find the
yeah,
right person. So I'll be able to walk away from it, but it would have been nicer if it would have sold for the 600 that I wanted.
yeah, I know. Same.
Just put in an interview saying that I'm blue. Tappity.
Oh yes, Mary, those comps that just disappeared. That's what happened to me. I swear, it sold for a whole bunch of money, and then
Isn't
when I
that
got it
weird?
home,
It's when you're on Wi-Fi in the thrift store. You'll see like 50 of them available and like 400 sold or some crazy number. You buy it, you get home, and there's like 3 sold at
I
hardly
know.
anything.
Like,
Like,
what
I
was I
swear I'm not
doing?
crazy. I knew I was buying that for a reason. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe Goodwills or thrift stores like mess with the Wi-Fi or something. Because
I don't know.
yeah, it's a lot of times. A lot of times. Until I can't be or everything all the time takes fun away surprising you. I've had those comps were there and then they disappear.
Yep. My
Yes,
husband,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
Kyle buys things and brings them home, and then I do the listing. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Why'd you list that for that much? It should be go for a lot more." And I'm like, "That's not what I'm seeing."
Right? It's not just you. It's the vanishing comps monster. Yes. I don't know why it happens. I don't know. It's got to be something with like Wi-Fi versus actual home internet. I don't know. 3G versus Wi-Fi. I don't know. Because it is weird. I started to sell similar and save his draft with the price in the draft. Yeah, but if you get home and you realize that that price is not accurate, you're gonna have to change it anyway. It's weird how that is. All right. What is that one favorite reseller tip that you wish everyone knew?
Oh, I forgot to think about this one. Um, Reseller tip that, well, honestly, we would have bought a lot less junk earlier on if we had known about resale rate. We'd never really heard it called that before or really thought
Mm-hmm.
much about it. We
Like the
just saw that it
sell-through
was,
rate?
yeah, the sell-through rate.
Yeah.
We just, you see that something's selling for a certain price, and we didn't pay attention to how many were listed and how many
Yeah.
sold. Just saw that they were selling. So
Yeah.
that
I
was a
did a
bit of
lot
a
of that at
game.
the beginning, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is why I probably have way too much of that stuff there. Because you just see, yeah, it's worth 20, 30 bucks. You're like, okay, sure, I'll pay $1 for it, but not
Right.
paying attention to how long you're gonna sit on it. That is a
Yeah.
huge, huge reseller tip. That's
And
a
I will
great one to
still,
share.
I will still buy some of those things if there's a, huge ROI involved. I don't mind sitting on them, but if
Yeah.
you're not going to make a bunch of money on it, then it's just not worth it.
Exactly. You just have to do that calculation on how long you want to hold it. If you're holding it for a $200 profit, then sure, I'll hold it for a couple months. And then it goes the opposite way too. Like I'm fine paying up and only doubling my money if it's going to sell within a day of
Super
listing it.
fast. Absolutely.
So it goes both ways. You're fine paying
Absolutely.
up for smaller profit for a quicker sale versus paying less but holding it forever for a very small profit.
Yep, 100%. I agree.
The whole calculations, the dreaded sell-through rate. Paying more attention to that now too. Yes. And I thought all the pretty things would be worth money, but no.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
That's
know.
mistake number one. Like, oh, I love this. It has to be worth money. And nope, you're the only one that loved it.
Right. If you like it, somebody else is bound to like it, but I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's usually the weirder it is, the more money it's worth. Like, how would anybody want to buy that? And sure enough, that's the one that sells.
Yep.
Right.
We learned early to just, comp everything you can. Don't write anything
100%.
off without kind of checking it out first.
And that's continually. I don't think I'll ever get to a point where I don't comp it because comps change so often, so frequently. Even Coco was saying earlier, like, I wonder if things are even going to be the same now that she's took a month or a week
Right.
off, however long it's been. But it's so true. And it changes just too much.
The things that come and go. Now, I don't even know if this is still a thing, but as of just a couple weeks ago, I think it was a huge thing that sriracha sauce. Did you know about this?
I saw people making a rave about it, but I didn't hop on board.
Well, yeah, if you could find it, you could sell it for a whole bunch of money. But I decided to go see if I could find any, and I couldn't find any in the store. So
how funny.
Yeah. So you just never know what's going to make you money.
Yep.
What could make you
somebody
money.
watched that one news story that talked about it being shut down or whatever and was quick to clear the shelves. It's the same with is it 7-Up or whatever the lemon lime soda was that they don't make anymore? Was it 7-Up? No, there's a lemon lime soda. It's not Sprite. Maybe it was 7-Up that they're not making anymore and it cleared the shelves. It may not be 7-Up. I know it was lemon lime.
I don't know.
But everybody cleared the shelves and made way too much money off of soda. But here in the desert, if that gets too hot, I'm going to be blowing up people's mailboxes with exploding soda cans. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no kidding. Mountain Dew, that's what
Dew. It was something else.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
obviously,
know
I
about
didn't make any money off of it because I don't even know what it was. I don't usually go to those trendy things. Like if it's like the ding dongs that are going to be no longer made, I'm not going to go out with Twinkies. I'm not going to go out and clear the shelves of Twinkies. I'll save that to other crazy people.
That's not my gig either. But it's just funny that I don't even know about them half the time until until it's over.
Yeah. Like, man, I should have bought a box of Twinkies. And then Twinkies came back, so it was all for nothing. Think of all the suckers that paid hundreds of dollars for that last box of Twinkies. Yeah, suckers. They knew what they were doing. Now they're the number one selling junk food in the store. Slice? No, that wasn't. It's recent. Somebody's got to know this.
Is it? Oh, I think I know, but I can't think of what it is.
All right, Google discontinued lemon lime soda. Sierra Mist.
Yeah. Like that's
Sierra Mist. That's what it was. I knew it was a lemon lime something.
Rachel contributed. Yay.
Oh, yay. You win. Ding, ding, ding. Woohoo. All right. High five. I should give you a wrench.
There you go. You get a wrench for that.
That's kind of all I know what to give away right now. Or a star. Apparently, I can make you like VIP and not even know it. I don't think it does anything on your side. That's just for me. I just star people. Okay, let's see. One last question for you. How do you see your businesses growing in the future between this and YouTube and anything else? What are some goals that you got?
Well, we have big goals because we want my husband to retire early and go full time. So
That's awesome.
that's kind of the big goal now. YouTube, I don't know, it's where it's going to fit in exactly. We're going to keep trying to do it. I think we'll be able to devote more time to it when he is full time. But I'm going to keep dabbling in it and learning a little bit and maybe trying to find our
Yeah.
niche in the YouTube world. But there's just, there's a learning curve there. And but it's fun, and I like interacting with all the people that I'm meeting and learning about them. But yeah, the reselling, we want to be able to support ourselves full time, and that's a scary thing in today's world with the lack of insurance, health insurance,
Oh, it's
and
awful. It's awful. We've
trying
been
to.
self-employed for 15 years. My husband's been self-employed 15. I've been self-employed with him for 12 years. How long have we been married? Yeah, like 12 years. I've been home with him. And health insurance is by far the biggest bill that we have, like more than a mortgage on our health insurance. And
Yeah,
it's disgusting. It's flat out disgusting. Like this is something that we should not be paying this much for.
I
But
agree.
what are
It
we gonna do?
feels
It's
right,
oh,
right.
and then
What
it
can you
doesn't even
do?
cover stuff, and it's just it's awful, awful,
Yeah.
awful, awful system.
And it's a scary thing when, my husband has a great paying job and all these benefits,
Yeah,
and to give it all up and
not
go
to
out
scare
and,
you. I mean, it's beautiful to be home, but just know you're gonna pay 3
oh,
mortgages for health insurance.
I know we're trying to crunch the numbers, and you know what? He calls me now that I get to stay home and play all the time, as he calls it. He calls me his trophy wife.
That's awesome.
And I won't be the trophy wife anymore because we'll be pinching pennies.
Yeah, there you go. But it'll be so worth it to both be home
It
and
will.
doing what you love. That's awesome.
We'll be free to go. We went just recently, like last
What's the
weekend. Yeah, last weekend we
PNW?
did our 4-day thrifting trip,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking about whether or not we would be able to do that kind of thing, and actually be profitable, because you're staying in hotels, you're eating out, and you're
Right.
buying all this stuff, and can you do all that and still make money, enough to not just pay for the trip, but to support yourself.
Right.
And when we came home, we discovered that, I mean, we bought enough stuff that we're going to make several $1,000s. It easily paid for the trip. So
There you go. Just do that a few more times and you're
yeah,
set.
yeah. But it's
I'm
possible. You can do it.
cutting your hair. I made the mistake. Now my hair is long. You wouldn't see it because it's a billion degrees out, so I always keep it up in some crazy mom bun. But my hair is pretty long. It's probably like mid chest. When I first moved here, I did a pixie cut. Bad idea. There is a certain face that can pull off a pixie cut. This one's
Mm.
not it. And I think I'm going to let my hair grow past my butt now that I am so traumatized of that haircut that even if I keep it up 90% of the time just because it's hot and I want it out of my face, but at least when I want it down and I want to feel feminine and pretty and curl my hair and all of that, I can. So I can't cut it short. I think maybe this will be the shortest I can go. And uh, yeah, my pixie days are long gone.
I haven't
Let's
done
see.
short hair since I was, oh gosh, I don't know. I think 25 years ago is the last time I had my hair short.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll trim it every once in a while just to keep it healthy and give it some shape, but I can't go super short again. That
Oh, it was
was
funny. I remember the
trauma.
day I cut my hair all off. It had been long, kind of like it is now. And I mean, not super, super short, but up to my
Mm-hmm.
chin. And I had a 3 or 4, well, let's see, my daughter was probably 4, maybe 5 even. And I came home and she started bawling. And she's like, "You don't look like my mommy anymore." Maybe that's why I don't ever cut my hair again now. I don't know.
Oh, funny. Yeah, my son's more noticeable. My husband will just shave his, just like bring it down just to super, super short, and comes out. And my son's like, "Where'd your hair go? What'd you do with your hair? Like, go put it back on." No, it
Yeah,
doesn't
go
work
put it
that
back on. That's
way.
right.
Yeah, it's funny how much they notice. We should all have just a giant hair cutting party, apparently.
I don't know.
Have Rachel cut it. There you go. A faux wrench. Wait, she doesn't have one? Hey, I thought I gave out all the wrenches. Who doesn't have one? Mary, I gave you one. But see, now we're ending. Oh, Rachel, I didn't give you one. Do you have wrench FOMO here? But we're ending. It's been over an hour, and I'm sure all my East Coasters are exhausted. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Lori for coming on with me tonight. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to all her channels, to her YouTube channel, to her Instagram. Are you anywhere else? Are you on Facebook and all
I
the
am
other
on
trendy stuff?
Facebook. I don't have very many followers on Facebook. It's mostly local people that I know, but I am there.
All
So,
right. So yes,
yeah.
search for Happy Picker everywhere that you can search. I do not have a show next week. I have a back to school night for the kids. Yay. So we will be doing that on Friday night. But we will be back the following week, and the guest is a surprise because I don't have my calendar in front of me. But I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Hold on, what Rachel didn't have one. Okay, I gave you one, Rachel. Now you're not left out. Yay! She got
Oh,
one. All right, yes, everyone head over to Coco's Whatnot. She's probably wrapping up, but I want to hop over there. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend
thanks
and
for having
uh,
me.
have a good back to school night. Thank you, Chrissy. All right, everyone, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I will talk to you all in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.